Good morning and welcome to today's Solid Waste Management Authority meeting this March 11th, 2025. Our first order of business today is to approve the minutes from March 12th, 2024. What it should be in your packet. Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? Call the question. The motion carries 4-0. With that, I will turn things over to Dr. Jenkins to walk us through today's meeting.
Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager. We have a lot of slides today, but I'm hoping that it really won't take us that long to get through all of them. First up, we have Mr. Mike Ellis from Tag Grinding, who will be giving us an operational summary of 2024 operations. To the right. Drive to the right.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad that all of us are back and
Amen.
we made it through the time change. It seems like we're always here right at the time change. And almost at my birthday, which is coming up in April. And by then I'll have about 48 years in this type of business. So,
Wow.
and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm getting there. Our year's been fairly stable, mostly the same as every year after year. So when I show you these slides, it's like the numbers never change. It kind of doesn't show up very well. But you can see that all 3 years, mostly we're just kind of flat around, taking in around $150,000 a month. It kind of jumps up in a few times, and then on the 2024, we had quite a few months that seemed to be less, but in a minute I'll show you how those numbers work. And I got one slide out of order, I think, so I'll go to this one. Our customer count, if you look at that 2024 graph, the one on the right, the bars on the right, the customers went down. And I don't really know what contributes to that. Just depends on if we have a storm or if people are hauling other places or but mainly it's the small customers are still there. Every day we have the small customers. Some of the bigger customers may be working in a whole totally different area. So that does change it. But the 2024 income was sitting at $1,923,000. Oh yeah, I got to go back to that other slide, my bad. And so it was actually up over 2023 by 3%. And the year before that, it was down by 3%. So see, it hovers in the same place most of the time. The customer count, as I said, is down 4%, even though the revenue's up by 3%. And explain that is because we get a lot of big stuff, and the big stuff, a load of big stuff, we charge a lot more for it. And unfortunately, a lot of these trees are huge, but they're about 3 foot long. There's not very much other use for them because they won't go out of somebody's gate in their yard or whatever, so they wind up cutting them up. Customer count is, like I said, is down. But now look at the revenue on that sheet at the bottom. The revenue to Cobb County is actually up 26%. And the reason being for that is because, you know, we changed from the contract from 7.5% to 10%, the revenue that goes to Cobb County. And I think that's why you see that. Probably next year, it'll probably level back out to 2-3%. Okay, you know, we have the dirt pit back there too. We have already done that one. And the dirt pit, I only gave you 2 years worth of info, but the orange graph on that bar, you can see it kind of flattened out. And I think we've had a lot of rain, a lot of days where we don't even work back there. So that's probably changed that some. And I only got a couple more. So if we look at that, TAG wound up paying Cobb County $283,000 in 2024. And then our markets are changing. Paper companies and all across the South have been leaving us, and the market for paper and biomass power is changing. So we do have less markets. So I'm going to have to get out and hustle up some place to haul all this stuff, because, you know, we haul a tremendous amount of material out of there. Probably those semis that you see going out of there, they have around 100 yards of material in them, and we're getting sometimes 100 loads a week leave there. So we definitely have to generate some market for that material. And I told you it was going to be short. I think that's it. Do I have any questions?
Thank you for your presentation once again. Commissioners, do you have any questions? Just a
Okay.
question out of curiosity. You said paper is leaving, so are people coming and taking the
No, I
product
mean,
to
the paper, the market for paper products that's produced in the United States is down because, like, for example, a huge paper mill in Georgetown, South Carolina closed permanently. It's been there for over 50 years. Another one in Perry, Florida, closed. So those type of things, I think some of it is what they call fluff pulp, which is paper towels and baby diapers, that kind of stuff. It's largely moved to Brazil. And the reason they built the mills down there a long time ago, but they didn't have any infrastructure to get the product to the mill. But now they've built a bunch of roads and all that, so now they're able to produce some of that stuff down there. It's,
Interesting.
you know, it's obviously cheaper, different product, so.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, and happy birthday in advance.
Thanks, Mike. Next up, we have Mrs. Brandy Edwards from GFL. Brandy is the General Manager for Transfer Stations.
Oh, wow, yes.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so I only have a couple slides, just like every year. I try to keep it short and sweet. Overall, we had a pretty successful 2024. It was driven by several different factors. We had, unfortunately, Douglas County Transfer Station caught fire, I think was it 2023? Yes. It is still not open completely, so we have seen an influx of volume. Not terribly, because they have made it to where some people can come in. We've worked very hard to maintain our line, and that has kind of been like our top priority this past year. So one of the things that, with that being said, we were able to drive in more commercial volume because we were able to slow down or speed up the process of the line. I think that's a lot of why people don't come in sometimes, because the line is not always pleasant when you have a bunch of residents, especially when you have a transfer station, a county over closed. However, we have been able to move that efficiently. I think we actually got an email 2 weeks
Yes,
ago
that's
about
right.
it. So we're pretty proud of that. Something we've worked really hard on. Yes, I love compliments. So the year over year, the days we were open were the same. You can see the influx of volume from 2023 to 2024. Like I said, that was driven from commercial volume that we secured and some of the out-of-county residents. The tons to the landfill, you're always going to see that flux right there because we do recycling, we have metal recycling, we recycle tires, we recycle paint, so, and we recycle dirt. So there will always be that offset right there. Our total transactions, we averaged 748 transactions a day, and that's a lot coming through the transfer station for our employees. I mean, I know in 2023 it was 732, but we've gone up tremendously over the last few years, and it is definitely, you would think that sometimes I'll send some of my employees to another site and they're like, oh, we don't like working here. It's slower. You know, we like being busier. And I'm like, okay. Our total payments to Cobb County went up significantly. We did have an increase, but that also went up with our tonnage. And that increased $34,228.54. As for our recycling, everything increased year over year. Our tires were down, but that was a significant part of, I think we had something with Cobb County, and Kimberly could probably, we used to get a lot of Cobb County tires, and I think we were trying to work on something, and I think they ended up trying to go with Liberty Tire because they're a direct recycling vendor and there's some kind of rebate. So I think that's why we saw that decrease of tires. And we did see the decrease in the used oil, but everything else picked up. The batteries, I think, are a big key, just showing how, I know it doesn't sound like a lot when you take 1.47 tons, but in batteries, it actually is. And when you're keeping that out of the trash, that says a lot right now. And our paint recycling was up 948 gallons year over year, so we were able to keep that much out of landfill. So I wanted to say that we did do a couple projects this year. We were able to secure some capital that we were able to renovate the concrete work on the commercial hauler side and in our metal recycling area. And then this year we'll actually be working on the renovation of the concrete on our residential drop-off
Great.
side and some of our entrance.
Excellent.
And I think that's all I have. Oh,
You mentioned the line, but safety is good.
okay. So on our side, when it comes to safety, that's one of the things that we, that's our top priority at GFL. We kind of are like safety first, service always. And we maintain, I don't want to jinx myself, but we do have a very good safety record at the transfer station. And I think one of the things with working down the line, we added more people to help with the traffic flow, and we were able to maintain a safe environment for our employees as well. So I think that's all I have. Any
Great.
questions?
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
And it's good to know that there have been observable improvements because the customer that sent us the email with the glowing report has often sent reports that have not been glowing. So
Well,
to get that was
I appreciate
certainly
it.
a step in the right direction.
And Kristen, she's not here today. She had to have an appointment. She's having some surgery next week, but she works hard, and that is her pride and joy, that transfer station. And, it has been one of our top priorities because we want to see less angry emails, and we want to see more happy people. And it's hard. We explain that all the time. You know, I went to the driver's license place the other day, and there was a sign in the window that said something about, remember, we're people too, you know, and I thought, oh, so this doesn't just happen at the transfer station, like, because you don't think that people get so upset about something very small, whether they are over 400 pounds or whatever, but, you know, we have a lot of great people who work at the transfer station, and they've been there for a really long time, and we couldn't run the place efficiently without our employees, so getting a good email like that is great for us that we're able to share with them and pass along. So we really appreciate that you pass that along to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandy.
You're welcome.
And the reason I asked Brandy to talk about safety, because people complain about the long wait lines at the transfer station, and a lot of the customers think that they could have 20, 30, 40 customers inside of the transfer station at once, but that's definitely, you know, not the case from a safety standpoint. So I definitely appreciate the way that they are operating and maintaining such a great safety record.
Thank you.
Next
Appreciate
up,
you
Mr.
highlighting
Will Howard, General Manager for Smurfit West Rock.
That's correct, yes. Good morning. Y'all ready for the filibuster? Every year, Dr. J tells me, you got 5 to 7 slides. I turned in 17 this year.
Okay.
Low number. Well, yes, we are now Smurfit West Rock. So formerly West Rock, we did merge with Smurfit Kappa in 2024. In July 8th was our official merger date. We are now the #1 global paper and packaging business. I heard Tag talk about some of the challenges in the paper industry. Smurfit West Rock is here to move everyone towards sustainable packaging. That is our business, and as we move packaging towards a sustainable fiber-based packaging, it just increases sustainability throughout Cobb County, the United States, and now globally. So with that merger, we added six recycling plants kind of out in the Midwest, very, very complementary. In North America, we have 24 paper mills. So it's, I got a lot of slides to get through, but that is kind of one of the largest changes that we have this year. If you look at our fleet of products, as a global company, whenever you walk down the aisle in the grocery store, you're seeing a lot of Smurfit West Rock packaging. If it's fiber-based packaging, it's most likely coming from us. A lot of used, or a lot of beverage stock materials, that's like the wet strength material that is gonna have Coke cans in. We make cereal boxes, just about anything that's fiber in that aisle is gonna probably come from us. So we're a big company, but we have that small town feel with our recycling arm. We are kind of the smaller division, smaller branch that is for fiber procurement going into those mill systems. But so specifically here in Marietta, we're a full-scale material recovery facility, or MRF. You'll hear me say MRF often. It's not Little Blue Men. It's a material recovery facility. We're a residential single-stream operation that manages about 120 to 130,000 tons per year. We began operations in 2009, and we've done improvements throughout the years to increase that tonnage and to be able to capture additional materials. We installed our single-stream line in 2012, and then we did some cost and quality increases in 2019 with the addition of some fiber opticals, some additional sorting technology. Primarily, what we are looking for is fiber-based materials. So OCC, old corrugated containers, and mixed paper are going to go into 2 primary mills, Dublin, Georgia, and Stevenson, Alabama. If you saw on Tag's sheet, there is a power plant at Stevenson that we are purchasing wood from Tag. So you can kind of start to see a little bit of that circular story there. A big change for us that happened in 2024 was our operating lease became a primary contract holder from a subcontractor and was extended 5 years. So this is the aerial view of the plant. Dr. J sits right across the street from us. And so what you can see here is you can see 2 tip floors, 2 scales, our trailer storage, and just really the general size and scale of this facility. We're 226,000 square feet, and that's not including the county drop-off, which was refurbished in 2023. So moving a little bit towards our equipment, these are our 2 primary packing units. There are our Harris baler, which is a 200 horsepower hydraulic press, which is what's making mainly our fiber finished quality, finished good. That's the little cubes that get loaded into the truck that then go to the paper mill. The IPS is baling all of our non-fiber materials, so that's going to be like PET, which is water bottles, HDPE, which is a lot of different grades of plastics, whether they have color added or not, steel and UBC. The system is a state-of-the-art system. We run about 40 tons per hour across this line. It employs about 20 some odd sorters. Our fiber's processed by 3 screens, 2 ballistic separators, and 2 optical sorters. So that's scanning and sorting using air jets. Our non-fiber's processed, again, by 2 more optical sorters, an AI robot with a 3-axis suction system, steel magnet, and an eddy current. So we're heavily automated. That system's probably in the range now, after all the upgrades and automation, between $25 and $30 million. And it really is, it's kind of a best kept secret for Cobb County. It is a crown jewel to the county, I would like to believe. We're about the 25th largest recycling plant in the United States by volume. So what are those products? OCC, old corrugated containers. That's going to be your cardboard. Mixed paper, that's really any kind of any fiber-based packaging, whether it's this sheet right here or whether it's letters that you're going to get in the mail, whether it's a little bit of newspaper that's in there. If it's fiber, it's going to go into that grade. It's going to go into one of those 2 mills. SOP, sorted office paper. A lot of people say it's shredded office paper. That's coming from document destruction companies. We've got about 350 to 400 tons per month that come and is delivered to us, and that's sold externally into the tissue industry. So PET is that water bottle, so Dasani water bottles, those all of those clear or colored liquid-containing plastics. HDPE natural is a higher grade of material. That's going to be mainly milk jugs. It's where it doesn't have any color added to that material. HDPE color is a lower grade material, but still very, very easy to recycle, pretty clean and homogeneous. That's going to be like laundry detergent bottles, oil bottles. Moving on to steel, that's any ferritic metals. That's going to be picked up by our steel can magnet. That means it contains iron and is affected by magnetism. And then the final stage in our process is sorting out aluminum UBC, used beverage container. That's going to be your soda cans, your beer cans, and all that material is taken out by our eddy current. So we have a stock market just like everybody else, not performing super well this week. But these prices that you see up here across the last 4 years, they go up, they come down. Right now, our fiber packaging is a little bit below probably the 5-year average. OCC is at $80 a ton. Mixed paper is about $45 a ton. Whereas our 5-year average, we're seeing OCC a little bit north of $100, and mixed paper maybe $50 to $60. So we're a little bit depressed right now, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it was in 2023. As you can see, that material dropped significantly looking on our next charts. So talking about our non-fiber markets, that HDPE natural, that those milk jugs are probably the highest they've ever been. There's a big demand for sustainable packaging, and that's a very, very easily recyclable material because it has no color resin or color added to the resin. There's a big delta between HD color and HD natural. HD color with that color added to it is only about $160 a ton, whereas HD natural is up in the $1,700 range right now. Aluminum UBC always has had an inherent value to it, so that price is remaining high. Our steel is probably about where it's been for probably the 5-year average. We'd like to thank Cobb County for providing us with an asset here. The Cobb County resident drop-off was made very, very nice by some some investment by Cobb County, Dr. J, commissioners, DOT assisting in 2023. And now it is a beautiful open space that is clean and safe for people to come and drop off. And we're starting to see some traction with that. We saw depressed numbers for that citizen drop off in 2023. It was under construction. We were able to keep that drop off open during the time, but at some points we're operating on a postage stamp because we had to do it in 2 pours. It was kind of interesting, but through a lot of communication between us and DOT, we were able to keep that open for the residents. So we're seeing that tonnage increase. In 2025, we're already seeing heightened usage of that. I think it's no longer the best kept secret in Cobb County. A really, really nice area where you can come drop off your cardboard, any residential commingled single stream, source separated glass. There's also a clothing drop off, and so really, yep, and hefty energy bags. That's an easy drop off for those kind of oddball plastics in the orange bag program, joint venture between Hefty and Dow Chemical. Financial impact to Cobb County, we had our best year ever. It was $399,800 something, which is barely missed 400,000. We're definitely gonna break it next year. So a couple of contractual changes that occurred in June is our rent payment went from $5,000 to $15,000. In year 2, it goes to $17,000, and then beyond that, it's $30,000. So Cobb County for the next 5 years is just going to see nothing but upside based on that, even if our tonnage remains the same. However, we have a dedicated goal to increase those $2.50 host payments for every outbound sold ton, because when we do better, Cobb County does better.
Oh, thank you for that comprehensive presentation.
Oh, yeah, Dr. J, got it. We have a 5-year injury-free safety record. So that in recycling and waste services, it's about the number 4 most dangerous industry in the United States.
Oh, wow.
So we are very, very proud that we have not had an injury since June 25th of 2019.
Very good.
So
Thank
we're
you
looking
for
forward.
sharing that. Thank you, especially with all that heavy equipment that we're seeing. Commissioners, do you have any questions? No, we're good. I guess we're speeding right along. Thank you so much for your time today.
fastest
and for
I've
all
ever
that
done
you
it.
do. Yes. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Will. I believe every operational manager or general manager, they're superstitious. They don't want to say anything about safety, I guess, because they think they're going to jinx themselves. But I'm very proud of the fact that, we have such a fantastic safety record at all of our facilities. Okay. Next up is Ms. Kimberly White, Chief Sustainability Officer for Cobb County.
All right, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chairwoman, Commissioners, County Manager, County Attorney. Okay, so most of everybody knows me as a super excitable person. That's true. But I have a lot of exciting new news to tell you guys today, so I feel like you're going to join in on my sentiment. Okay, so Keep Cobb Beautiful. We focus on 3 main areas: litter prevention, beautification and community greening, and then waste reduction and recycling. This is a snapshot or a glance at some of our programming, most of our programming actually. And the Hefty Renew program is still going pretty strong. That was one of our new programs a few years back. Our newest program is the Keep Cobb Beautiful pop-up drop-off program, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. These are the results of our litter index survey. As you can see, we're actually going in the right direction. We're getting a better score. So the closer you are to a 1.0 is the closer you are to your community being perfect for litter. So last year in 2023, or the previous, it's 2025 now, but the previous report was 1.71, and in 2024 it was 1.54. And so you can see the breakdown for each district and then what our total score was for the whole county. Okay, so we are recipients again this year of the GCIP. This is a grant that we partner with our Human Resources Department to get. and it comes through ACCG, and we'll be able to get interns this summer to help us continue our litter index survey and then restructuring the routes around that survey. Our goal is to have 25% less litter by 2026. Over the past year, we have a decrease of 10%. We got from the previous year to 2024, and so going forward, we're looking to drop that about another 15%. So this is our communication strategy. These are our flyers that we send out. It's gone out in the water bill recently. I think it's going out right now, actually. So every resident that receives a paper copy of their water bill will receive this. And all commissioners will receive an electronic copy as well today, so you guys can distribute it through your newsletters. Our nonprofit update, our board of directors for Keep Cobb Beautiful, our executive committee consists of Barry Krebs as our chair, Angela Presley as our vice chair, Jeff Padgett as our vice chair, second vice chair, Andres Miller as our treasurer, and Sharon Meinhardt as our secretary. So we received 2 awards this past year that we just received in Washington, D.C. The first award was our Keep America Beautiful President's Circle Award, and our second award was the National Recycling Innovation Award. It was a competitive award for that second award, and we got that for our pop-up drop-off program, which was a new program that we implemented over the past year. And for our state award in 2024, we received the Governor's Circle Award, and many other awards as well as elected official for Commissioner Sheffield. So we are participating in the Greatest American Cleanup. This is a program that is being implemented throughout the United States through Keep America Beautiful. And essentially what it is they're asking all communities to sign a pledge for a commitment to help clean up America. So in 2026, July 4th of 2026 will be America's 250th birthday or anniversary. And so we are going out and cleaning up our communities to clean America up for her birthday. And so the goal is to get 25,000 communities across the U.S. to sign the pledge. And Cobb County will be signing the first of our pledges on March 29th at the District 4 Community Cleanup event. So we're real excited about that, and we'll go a little bit more into that later. These are our programs for 2024. Our Bring One for the Chipper, we were able to chip over 9,800 trees. Thanks to Davy Tree and also Tag Grinding. Mike had to leave, but we partner with Tag as well to help us with that. We had 50 volunteers, and we were able to distribute 400 seedlings. And our medication disposal, we had over 1,720 pounds of medication. We actually picked up a third location this year, so our third location is Tim D. Lee, a senior center. Our community recycling events, we were able to shred over 60,000 pounds of paper. We collected over 10,000 pounds of textiles. Metal and electronics, both are up this year as well. The Hefty Renew material, we collected about 700 pounds, and we did all of that with like 35 volunteers. I mean, when my team told me that, I thought they had made a typo. But we did all of that collection with 35 volunteers. And then we saw almost 3,000 residents that came through our events. And then for the household hazardous waste, this year we had a paint-only event, and we saw about 500 vehicles in attendance, and we collected 80,788 pounds of paint and paint-related products. So we're in our 13th year of Digging the Dirt. We have 6 schools that we partnered with last year, and we gave out almost a little over $4,500 for funds to those schools to help them build gardens. Our Adopt a Mile program for 2024, we had 1,576 volunteers help, and they performed over 18,900 volunteer hours helping us clean up the county. We've collected over 700,000 pounds of litter. We have 117 miles of streets, highways, like roads adopted. And we have 131 adopt-a-mile groups. We are looking to bring on more groups, but some of our groups have kind of fallen off just because they're older population and just, you know, they've been doing this for like 40 years, so we're trying to replenish some of the older groups that we've had. Our Hefty Renew program, this used to be the Hefty Energy Bag, but it was renamed as Renew. We are in the 5th phase of this program, where it is countywide now. A lot of the cities participate in the program. We have a couple of drop-offs. One is Smyrna, one at the recycling drop-off center at the West Rock location. And we have retail, so you can purchase the bags pretty much in any retail, like major retail store in Cobb County now. It'd be Kroger, Publix, Walmart, Target. And then the end user markets that we are using is diesel fuel, oil and wax, plastic lumber, block aggregate, and then hydro blocks, which are the blocks made out of the compressed plastic, so they don't really change the structure of the plastic, they just make blocks out of them. So this is our new program. This is the one that we won the national award for. It's called our Keep Cobb Beautiful Pop-Up Drop-Off. So we took our pickup trucks that we already had, and we had some trailers, and we were able to go out and tailor-make a recycling program for different locations in the county. And so we've partnered with Kennesaw State University, the Kroger Shopping Plaza that's in East Cobb. Habitat for Humanity reached out to us as well to help them collect aluminum cans. And then Cobb Parks Department, where we go out and at like baseball games and different events, we'll collect recycling. And then we can kind of tailor-make that to whatever recycling material that area wants to capture. And it has been super successful. We're really proud of this program. And the program has expanded, and Keep America Beautiful is rolling it out to all 700 of their affiliates across the United States. So we're real excited about that. Thank you. And then this is actually our newest program, right? It started yesterday in this building, actually. And so we have our county building recycling program. We're real excited. The people in the picture are your ambassadors. They're on each floor. And so we'll be able to accept paper on floors 2 through 5. And then on the first floor, there are 2 bins, one for paper and then one for empty water bottles and empty soda cans, or, you know, like aluminum cans. And we also have a naming contest called Bennett to Win It. So if you are creative and want to come up with a name, you know, you get to name the whole program or the bin on your floor. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to reveal the name on Earth Day this year, so in April. I want to send a special thank you to a few people in custom disposal, because without them, I don't think we would have been able to get the program off the ground. Thank you so much, Dr. Jackie McMorris, for really supporting and helping. Dr. Jatun Gibson, thank you so much. Andrew Yakimovich from Property has been super helpful. He came up with a lot of great ideas to make this program work. Brian and Brett Warren, and then Eric Nord from Custom Disposal, and then our recycling ambassadors. So Grace Williams, Ryan Williams, Tisha Jameson, Kathy Wambara, Zach Harrison, Keith Mazonki, and Sean Smiley. Thank you for helping. This is a program that recently came to Cobb County. It's called Ripple Glass. If you see the big purple container, you can recycle your glass there. They're in many different locations throughout Cobb. Some of them are in Kroger shopping plazas. One is at the Janice Overbeck Real Estate Agency. They're all throughout Cobb County. Giant, I think it's Giant Wine is one of them. But if you go to Ripple's website, or even Cobb County's website, to our recycling page, you'll be able to see all the locations. And so there are more rolling out, so they'll be coming close to residents all throughout Cobb County. These are our county recycling locations, or drop spots. Our main one is at 1775 County Services. That's at the West Rock facility. And then, of course, Kemp Ridge Road, which is District 1, and then Austell Road, which is District 4. and our Sustainability Expo and Forum. So last year was our first year that we did this, and it went really well. We had a lot of people that showed up. They got a lot of questions answered, and we got to highlight all the businesses that wanted to come out, and that they either do a service or they have a product or they're a business that focuses on sustainability or environmental causes and initiatives. And so it was an awesome program. We're excited to offer it again this year over at Jim Miller Park. It's going to be April 30th. And so on that Wednesday, residents can come out and learn all about sustainability in Cobb County. So these are some of our updates. We have renewable energy projects happening, solar panels on our closed landfill, which Dr. Jenkins and Ray Dunbar, who's in the audience, have been working really hard to get that going. We've expanded recycling initiatives and opportunities, like our recycling program here in the building. Our Cobb County Sustainability Committee is in place, so we're real excited about that, and we have representatives from multiple departments that sit on that committee with me, so DOT, Property, Fleet, CommDef, Water, Library, Senior Services, Sustainability, Waste, and Beautification. There's a number of us. Our Green Communities Renewal is up again, so we are preparing right now to submit that in May. And get another platinum status, of course, because we got platinum last time and we shouldn't get anything else but platinum again. Okay, our EV infrastructure projects. So I've been working with Al and Fleet and his team, and we've been able to put in some, they're working right now to get the electric vehicle charging stations that we already had in the county, but that were not in use. So at the libraries, at Powder Spring Station, at those 6 locations, they'll be back up and running soon. And then our beautification collaboration project. This is a huge project. We're super excited about it, as I am about most of everything that we do. However, this is a huge collaboration project that will happen on March 29th. This is with Commissioner Sheffield. Thank you so much for everything that you've done to kind of help us get this off the ground. Cobb County Code Enforcement, Senior Services, DOT, Office of Sustainability and KCB, Parks Department, Communications, Keep America Beautiful, Keep Georgia Beautiful, My Green Earth, Kennesaw State University, Austell Community Task Force, and GFL. Thank you so much. All of these entities have come together to do a huge cleanup and beautification project. And one of the new things that we're doing a part of this, which was an awesome idea that came to us from, I believe it was CommDef and Code Enforcement, that we're going out and we're helping seniors beautify the front of their homes. Some of them have they can't get out because of mobility issues, so they can't, beautify their home or maybe plant some flowers at their front. And so we have about 250 Kennesaw State University students coming out to help us. And we're gonna beautify seniors' homes. So we're so excited about this new endeavor. These are our upcoming events. You'll get all of this on the flyer that comes out as well. But we've got our first one coming up. It's March 29th, which is the District 4 Annual Community Cleanup. And then we've got a few of them after that. Our major events are in bold. So, of course, our community recycling event at Jim Miller Park is April 12th. Our medication disposal events at the 3 locations will be April 26th. And then our Sustainability Expo and Forum, April 30th. All right, that's it. Next slide, questions.
Thank you, Kimberly, always for that wonderful presentation. We appreciate all that you do with a mighty, nimble team, and just can't say enough great things. Looking forward to what happens next year as we celebrate the anniversary of our country, and also see the program that you come up with for how we celebrate that.
Yes.
Commissioners, do you have any questions or remarks? Yes.
Just a quick question on Ripple Glass. Is that recycling for both clear and colored glass?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
They take them both in the one container.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
Another award.
Yes.
You just keep winning. And we thank you for all your service. The senior beautification, where you go into their home or yard, how do you how do you get the seniors to, do they apply to be on the list, or?
Well, this time we actually found the seniors through code enforcement. So some of them have code enforcement violations because they can't take care of their yards, but they have mobility issues. So we've partnered with code enforcement and senior services to find the seniors who could really use this service.
Okay. And then they have to give you permission or sign a waiver or something? Okay, thanks.
It's a great partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Well, the only thing I have is that I wanted to just express a sincere thanks and appreciation to both the authority and the Board of Commissioners, the county manager, for the support, that we receive, from you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins. And again, I shared this with you via email, but just thank you for your responsiveness as we've had inquiries from our citizens with respect to waste, and just appreciate all of our partners and what you're doing and helping us to address waste in our county and in keeping our county beautiful. It makes a difference. It really does.
Okay.
Well, with that, for those of you who have been joining us over the past few minutes, we are concluding our Solid Waste Authority meeting, which began at 8 a.m. We will come back for our regular Board of Commissioners meeting at 9 a.m. See you shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.